If you're thinking about buying the GoPro Hero 5 Black, hang on a second because I'm about to reveal some surprising truths that could change your mind. This camera promises 4K video, waterproof design, and voice control, all packed in a sleek body that looks like it's built for action lovers. But here's what surprised me. Despite all those flashy features, there are some serious issues you need to know before clicking buy. The GoPro Hero 5 Black isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and I'm about to tell you why it might not be the perfect adventure buddy you hoped for. First off, who is this camera really for? If you're an adrenaline junkie, vlogger, or just someone who wants to capture every crazy moment in epic quality, the Hero 5 Black sounds ideal. It's designed to make recording easy with one-button simplicity and a touchscreen. But does it deliver? Well, it does, but not without quirks that could frustrate even the most dedicated user. Now, let's dive deep, and I promise this review will help you decide if this camera deserves a spot in your gear bag or if you'd be better off looking elsewhere. Ready to dig into the truth? Stick with me because we're uncovering some hidden gems and unexpected pitfalls. And don't worry, there's a silver lining at the end. To kick things off, the Hero 5 Black boasts 4K video at 30 frames per second, which sounds perfect for anyone wanting crisp action shots. Its waterproof capability without an extra housing makes it a tempting choice for swimmers, surfers, or just those who hate fumbling with extra accessories. Plus, voice control means you can start and stop recording hands-free, which feels futuristic. However, what you don't get right away is how the battery life tends to drain faster than you'd expect, especially when shooting in 4K or using GPS tracking modes. So if you're planning a full day of shooting, it's likely you'll need extra batteries on hand. Another big issue: the touchscreen interface. On paper, it's supposed to make navigating menus easier. In reality, it sometimes feels sluggish and unresponsive, especially in cold conditions or when your fingers are a bit wet. A common problem when you're outdoors and actually using the camera for adventure. So the convenience can quickly turn into a mini headache. I mean, who knew touching the screen could feel like trying to wake up a sleeping cat? Now, let's talk about image stabilization, which GoPro claims is smooth and steady. While it's decent compared to newer models or competitors, it's a little underwhelming. Shaky footage when you're biking or running can still make your videos look amateurish. You might find yourself spending frustrating hours in post-editing just to fix the wobble that the camera promised to eliminate. The irony here: the camera advertises pro-quality capture but makes you feel like an amateur editor. But wait, there's more. The automatic upload feature to GoPro Plus Cloud is a neat touch for those who want easy access on multiple devices. However, it requires a subscription after the trial period ends, something that many buyers only find out about after purchasing. So while the camera pushes this as a big selling point, it feels like a little trap for your wallet. To add insult to injury, the built-in microphone, though described as crystal clear audio, often picks up a lot of wind noise outdoors. If you're recording your heroic surf wipeout, don't expect Oscar-worthy sound quality. Here's a quick story to illustrate. I took the Hero 5 Black on a hiking trip hoping to capture stunning sunset footage. The camera was waterproof, so I didn't worry about the river crossings. At first, things were great until I tapped the screen to check settings and nothing happened for a few seconds. Then the battery died fast, right when I was about to shoot the peak moment. I felt like telling the camera, "Hey buddy, this is an adventure, not a drama." But on the bright side, the footage I did get was sharp and easy to transfer to my phone thanks to the app. So it's a love-hate relationship. So far, you might be wondering, should I buy this or not? Let me throw in another curveball. The price for the GoPro Hero 5 Black is about $332.99, which isn't cheap, especially for a model that's a few years old now. On Amazon, it holds a solid 4.5-star rating, which means many users like it. But reading the reviews reveals a split between satisfied customers and those frustrated by the battery, touchscreen, or mic quality. The reviews hint that if you want a hassle-free, all-around perfect experience, this might not be the one. But if you're willing to deal with some quirks for that rugged build and decent video quality, it could work. Here comes your first mini promise. After this review, you'll know exactly whether to upgrade to a newer GoPro or save money and go for the Hero 5 Black. We're peeling back layers here, and I'll even share some insider tips on how to get the most ride-worthy footage out of it if you do decide to buy. Alright, one more joke before the next deep dive. Why did the GoPro cross the road? To get to the other action scene. Okay, back to business. Let's break down what comes in the box because that matters. Along with the Hero 5 Black camera, you get the frame for protecting your camera and mounts, a rechargeable battery, curved and flat adhesive mounts, mounting buckle, and a USB-C cable. The accessories are pretty standard for action cameras, but the inclusion of both curved and flat mounts is a nice touch, giving you more options right away. However, keep in mind the battery. It's not the longest lasting we've tested. Using GPS and voice control significantly reduces the battery life, which means if you're out on a full-day expedition, bring spares or a portable charger. Also, the screen is Gorilla Glass, which is sturdy, but prone to fingerprints and smudges that affect legibility outdoors. Here's a question for you. Have you ever struggled with a camera that promises convenience but ends up being more complicated? If yes, you'll understand my love-hate relationship with the Hero 5 Black's touchscreen and voice features. When voice control works, it's magical, but it doesn't always understand commands clearly, especially with wind or background noise. Kind of like trying to talk to your dog when the neighbor's mowing the lawn. Now, in terms of software, the GoPro mobile app called Quick is a lifesaver. It lets you edit videos on the fly and share them without needing a complicated desktop program. Quick automatically generates highlights, which is great if you're not a video editing pro. However, relying on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth to sync footage can sometimes feel slow and unreliable, particularly if your phone isn't up to date or you have a large video file. Another detail worth mentioning is durability. This camera is rugged and waterproof up to 33 feet without additional housing. So if you're into swimming, snorkeling, or even shallow diving, you're covered. But if deep diving is your jam, you'll need a waterproof case. Also, the body itself is sleek and compact, but the plastic door that covers the USB-C port and SD card slot can feel flimsy, and some users mention it doesn't always close perfectly, risking water damage. Here's your next mini promise. I'm going to share a few hacks to boost battery life and improve usability by tweaking settings you might not hear about elsewhere. Stay tuned, because these tips can turn your experience from frustrating to fantastic. Before we talk tips, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Should you consider spending $332.99 on this camera today in 2024? If you want a solid entry-level GoPro that shoots high-quality video, with lots of mounts and waterproof features baked in, it's a fair deal. But if professional-grade stabilization, longer battery life, and flawless touchscreen responsiveness are priorities, you might want to consider newer models like the Hero 8 or later. These newer versions do cost more but address many of the Hero 5 Black's pain points. Now, for the promised hacks. To extend battery life, turn off GPS unless you really need it, lower video frame rate when you can, and avoid using voice commands in windy conditions. For better touchscreen response, keep a small microfiber cloth handy to wipe your screen often and invest in a screen protector to reduce smudges and scratches. And when recording audio outdoors, attach an external mic if you can. Trust me, the difference is night and day. Let me crack another joke to lighten the mood. Why don't GoPros ever get lost? Because they always have a mount to cling to. Okay, I'll stop before these get any worse. So, what's the final verdict? The GoPro Hero 5 Black is a capable camera that offers impressive features for its age and price range. especially if you're a casual creator or adventurer who values portability and waterproofing without extra bulk. However, it's not perfect. Battery issues, touchscreen lag, and audio quality hold it back from being a flawless action cam. Knowing all this upfront means you won't be caught off guard, and if you decide to buy, you'll have a better experience by managing expectations and using the tips I shared. And here's the good news. Despite its flaws, this camera captures beautiful, immersive 4K footage that really brings your adventures to life. When it's working well, the image clarity, one-button recording, and rugged design shine through, making it a great choice for beginners or those who want a balance between price and performance. If you're ready to take the plunge, I've added the best Amazon link in the description below. Prices for GoPro Hero 5 Black fluctuate fast, so jumping on a good deal might save you a bundle. Don't forget to check out the bundle options that include extra batteries or mounts. It's well worth investing a little more for seamless shooting on the go. Remember, every camera has its quirks, but the Hero 5 Black remains a solid performer for capturing your wildest moments. Whether you're hiking, biking, or just creating memories, it'll help you tell your story with stunning visuals. So, if you're okay with occasional glitches and want a rugged camera that won't quit on your adventures, this might just be the one for you. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest product reviews. Drop your questions or experiences with the GoPro Hero 5 Black in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Stay adventurous and keep filming.